and a whole world to liberate.
The Flash universe revolves around Barry Allen and is quite natural to assume that he's the fastest in the universe. Maybe he is, but there's also a number of speedsters on the Flash, and there's also a chance that one or two of these speedsters might be faster than him. Barry Allen ended up getting his powers when he was hit by a lightning bolt in his lab, which ended up causing a number of chemicals to splash all over him. Since then, he ended up becoming powerful and extremely fast. Barry's also used his powers to prevent villains from destroying the Earth that he lives in, and of course, protect loved ones. Barry is also nicknamed the fastest man alive, but there is a number of really fast guys who are willing to go the extra mile in order to make Barry look like an amateur. Interestingly enough, a number of these speedsters come from alternate Earths, and several of them are villains who are out to destroy the Flash. In this video, we are going to look at the fastest speedsters on the Flash, and see if Barry Allen still remains the fastest man alive. Ready? Let's get into the action. Edward Claris. As you may already know, Barry watched his mother get murdered by a mysterious entity when he was a child. However, when he ended up getting his powers, he had fought a number of villains and decided that it was time to go back in time to save his mother. That is, prevent her murder at the hands of a reversed Flash. Incidentally, this action caused him to create the Flashpoint timeline, and in that timeline, Wally West has a dangerous rival that goes by the name of Edward Claris. Perhaps his character wasn't properly developed, but Edward wasn't much of a big deal. What made him different was the fact that he wanted to do evil simply because he could. And also, when this timeline was created, Wally was still new at being a superhero, but in spite of this, Claris still wasn't as fast as Wally. Barry Allen defeated Edward Claris with almost no effort, and this immediately suggests that Claris ranks really low in the rank of speedsters. You would also remember that at that point, Barry was slowly losing his powers in the Flashpoint timeline. Eliza Harmon. Before we met Jessica Quick, Eliza Harmon was the only female speedster on the Flash. Several other speedsters were fortunate enough to be able to get the powers from the Speed Force, but Eliza Harmon got hers in the most unconventional way. She had used the drug Velocity 9, and it helped her develop extreme speed. However, the drug caused her to suffer from split personality disorder. But how fast really is Eliza Harmon? While we might not be able to determine her specific speed, we can all agree that she isn't as fast as the Flash. Although it's appeared as if she was faster than Barry while she was on drugs, Barry was still fast enough to catch up with her. And we should also note that Barry hasn't even reached his full potential at the time, meaning that he was not half as fast as Zoom. Unfortunately, Eliza tried too hard to increase her speed by taking more drugs, but she quickly disintegrated, proving that she could never go faster than she already was. Wally West. The creators of the CW version of the Flash did something entirely different from the comic books when creating the character of Wally West. In the comics, Wally, nicknamed Kid Flash, was the second Flash after Barry Allen had died while saving the world in Crisis on Infinite Earths. However, in the CW version of the Flash, Wally West is the son of Joe West with his estranged wife, who had passion for fast cars, street racing, and speed in general. Wally West also was absolutely fascinated with the powers of Barry Allen and Jesse Wiles, and he really wanted to have his own powers. When he did, he was faster than Barry Allen at first, and this is an indication that when Wally gets better in the future, he could be way faster than Barry Allen, but for now, he's just not there yet. Jesse Wells. Jesse Wells is the second female on the list, and the daughter of the legendary Harrison Wells from Earth 2. After being hit by this dark matter, her DNA and physiology was altered, her cells were supercharged, and she was even given access to the Speed Force. Jessie is very powerful, and as her father pointed out, extremely smart. Harrison Wells has even mentioned before that she's smarter than him, and this is no small feat. To show just how fast she is, she ended up beating Wally West in a race, which obviously puts her at a level above him. She was also quite impressive against Savitar, who was the future Flash and the main antagonist in Season 3. Since she doesn't live on the same Earth with Barry Allen, she's the main Flash on her Earth. With this level of responsibility, it's only going to be a while before she becomes as fast as Barry Allen, or maybe even faster. Jay Garrick. Jay Garrick is another Flash from Earth 3, and he served as a mentor figure for Barry Allen in the past. On the show, Garrick is the doppelganger of Henry Allen, who now plays the role of Barry's dad. This is interesting because John Wesley Shipp, the actor, was the one who actually played the role of Flash in the 90s TV show. Jay Garrick is really fast, and he showed fans his speed when he caught up with Barry as he was about to undo the changes of Flashpoint. Garrick also ended up doing a good fight against Salazar, but unfortunately lost that fight. Zoom, on the other hand, is faster and more powerful than Garrick. So powerful that he beat him and imprisoned him on his own Earth. Zoom. Zoom is no doubt one of the scariest and most dangerous villains to ever appear on The Flash. He is Earth 2's version of Hunter, and a serial killer that's become super fast due to the Star Labs particle accelerator explosion. Immediately, his identity changed and he ended up becoming Speed Demon. With his skills and knowledge, he was able to artificially enhance his speed to the point where he could end up breaking the dimensional barrier. Zoom would have ranked higher on this list, but that would be wrong due to one principal reason, and that is the fact that he cannot increase his speed naturally, unlike Barry Allen, who can naturally increase his speed. Once, Zoom did end up beating the Flash so bad that Barry was paralyzed for a while. He also once sold Barry's speed in order to become the fastest man alive. You know what's crazy about all this? After Barry ended up getting his speed back, Zoom was still even faster than him. But hey, that was season 2. Barry's gotten way better and of course faster than Zoom. Eobard Thawne. Almost every fan of the Flash hates Eobard, and this is due to the fact that he never ceases to cause problems for the Flash and his friends. Even after he was completely erased from time, the Speed Force somehow managed to bring him back. What makes Thawne dangerous isn't just his speed, but the fact that he's so brilliant that he can enhance his speed with special devices and genius techniques. In Crisis on Earth X, Thawne was able to comfortably fight Barry, and he was also able to keep up with the speed of our beloved hero. Also, as Barry became faster and faster, Thawne appeared to be also getting faster as well. However, he knows when to back off, something he did immediately after Black Flash came into the picture. Savitar. If Savitar remained in the Speed Force, we all know that he would be the fastest man alive. Even with no longer being in the Force, he is still comfortably sitting at the top 3 section of the fastest speeders on the show. He was extremely powerful and fast, and he beat anyone who crossed his path, including Garrick and Barry Allen. However, when he did end up coming out of the Speed Force, things changed. He became regular and was nothing but a basic speedster. In spite of all of this, he was still able to beat several other speedsters in speed, except Barry Allen, and this makes sense, since he comes from an alternate world where he is the future Barry. The Black Flash. If you weren't scared of any of the previously mentioned speedsters, you should definitely be scared of Black Flash. He used to be known as Hunter Zolman and was caught up by Time Wraiths from the Speed Force, who eventually turned him into an agent that works for them. As an agent of the Force, his job is to go after the speedsters who had done horrible things. For him to be able to catch these speedsters, he had to be faster than all of them. This means that he's perhaps the most powerful speedster in the series, with an exception of Barry Allen. Remember we mentioned earlier that Eobard Thawne retreated when he saw the Black Flash? Well, this is because he knew that the Black Flash was going to be easily overpowering him. Also, Barry Allen was overpowered by the Black Flash when he tried to break Wally West out of the Speed Force. Barry Allen. Well, you guessed right. Barry Allen is still the fastest man alive, and this isn't just some random nickname, but it's actually a nickname that represents his speed abilities. Even though the Black Flash overpowered Barry, the fact that his speed is potentially unlimited does make him the #1 person on the list. He reached Mach 13.2 from Tackens and had continued to increase his speed to faster levels. His uniqueness could be due to the fact that he was trapped for 6 months in the Speed Force, which gave him exceedingly great speed after he came out. And with that, that wraps up the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and take care.